Let's see if we're working. All right. It looks like everything's working to me. So I got some birthday gifts early, and one of those was this lovely big old chunky box, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna crack her open and see all the juicy cowboy bits inside. So, my parents got me this box. It came from a company called Badger Games. Big props to them. They threw in this handout thingy, which is really an advertisement. But they also threw in a free little dude, which is really cool. I think that's super cool of them for throwing in an extra guy. So, we'll open him up too and check him all out. Pretty neat. But we're going to do the big box first. Actually, let's do this pamphlet. Yeah, let's do the pamphlet first. Okay. Thank you. Alright, so this just breaks down all the new products for Dead Man's Hand Redux. So this is essentially the 2.0 of a cowboy skirmish-esque game. It's got simple but kind of cool rules. I think it's pretty dope. So this was a Kickstarter. I didn't back the Kickstarter at the time because I was like, I don't really like cowboys that much. But the idea of doing a horror cowboys thing kind of really grew on me. And we'll talk more about that after we open everything up. But it really grew on me, and I saw everybody opening it. I was like, man, it'd be cool to do that. You know, make some horror monsters for it and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, so they're out now, full retail. So my parents got me one for my birthday. So this shows off the starter box. We're gonna get a ton of stuff in there. We'll look at all that, and then they sell the houses individually. Also, this really cool 2-story house. I think I might actually pick one of those up because I think for these houses, I think it's going to be really good for my 2x2 board that I have. And then they also sell street scatter, which is in here, and the duck boards, which are also in here. So, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. Neat stuff in the range. There's also going to be cowboys on horses coming out. And there's a cart, a wagon that's out as well. So, here we go. We got our starter box here. The most important part of this is the chicken, clearly, that's flying at you. So they're shooting some kind of weird mounted man, and all kinds of stuff. It's a cool piece of art. It's cowboys and ruffian kind of guys, and they're all having a shootout outside of the kind of building. Gives you a nice idea for the colors of the houses, right? Because this era, it would be really tempting to do everything in tans and washed out wood, but the truth is a lot of it was really gaudy and bright, right? It's like ancient Rome. You see ancient Rome and it's all this white marble and stuff. Really, all that shit was neon blue and gold. It was fucking gaudy as shit. And so was the Wild West. Which is pretty cool. You can actually see a lot of vibrant color in these guys, right? Even though a lot of their stuff's all beat up, their boots and their pants and stuff, right? But it would have been like this. It's pretty neat. There's a lot of cool stuff with fashion of the era. If you watch a guy called Sonic Sledgehammer, he goes through a bunch of it. It's really neat when he paints up some of these minis. It's pretty cool. Alright, but let's see what we get inside. We get 3 buildings, bing bang boom. We get 15 total models. We get 10 dudes, 5 women. We get the street scatter, we get all the decks, we get all the tokens, and we get a rule book, which is not pictured here, but is in the box. And these 3 buildings also include the duck boards. These board walk things that they So they used to do these because apparently in cowboy towns the roads would get really muddy, so they would put these out front of the buildings, which is pretty cool. All right. Oh, and I guess we get some dice too. So all kinds of stuff. And then we crack her open, and we've got ads for the boxes on the side. So these are the plastic minis. Gunfighters 2 is ladies. Gunfighters 1 is dudes. These are freaking great. These Gunfighters 2 are fantastic. I actually bought myself a box because I found one really cheap on eBay. They're just wonderful. They're all kinds of options, all kinds of stuff. You'll see the runners in a minute, but you can make some really cool, characterful, like lady gunslingers. The animal heads don't come with those. Those I 3D printed because I want to do like a 5 goes west kind of thing, or like Echo, something like that kind of thing. I want that. So all the animal heads don't come with, but you'll see the lady heads. They're really nice. There's a lot of options. There's ones with masks and all kinds of cool cowboy stuff that you want. All right, so let's crack this guy open. Oh, we got big old chunky whole bunch of what looks like terrain bits. Tons of terrain bits. And we got some dice. We got D20s and D10s? D10s? Yep, D10s. 2 D20s, 2 D10s in matching color. They look okay. We've got our mini sprues. There's going to be 3 of them in here. 1 lady, 2 guys. So you're going to end up with 15 total models, which is more than enough to build 2 teams. At most, each one of these teams ends up being about 7 models at most. All right, we got some instructions for building the buildings. We'll look at that in a little bit. We got, oh, that's fucking heavy. I just want to say that's really heavy. We got some more building sprues. I'm going to be really honest. I'm really hyped for the buildings. And we've got our cards. We'll look at those too. And then our nice handy rule book and our Dead Man's Hand counters. I've been told the counters are the same as what came in the first edition. I don't really know, to be honest, because I didn't play the first edition. But and then apparently including a bookmark is like a thing from Great Escape games, so there's also a bookmark in there. All right, so let's crack it open and we'll look at all the pieces individually. Alright, we'll do the books and stuff last. I'll just put those off to the side for now. Let's look at the buildings first. I think the buildings are really cool. So these buildings sell for like $35 a pop. So even if you just bought the buildings, it's almost the cost of this box, which is really cool. Like, if you wanted more buildings and more models, it would actually be more economical to just buy another starter box than it would to buy them individually, if you wanted at least 3 more buildings. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got our duck board. Hello! We got our duck boards here. We got some cool stuff. We'll use nippers today to point at things. So we got some steps. These are going to kind of go from the ground to the duck boards. We've got a barrel. We lost something in the bag, so I'll have to pull that out. But it looks like we got a saddle and a hitching post, which I think they like throw the saddles over. 4 duck boards. Another hitching post. Oh, this is a watering thing. You can put some water in there. That'd be cool. More saddles. Okay, so what's missing is a bucket. Okay, so there's a bucket floating around the bag somewhere. I need my bucket. And it looks like it has a little handle too, which is pretty cool. So you can maybe like hang it off the hitching post or set it next to it or something. So it looks like it's like basically a mirror, this side and that side. So you get 2 hitching posts, 2 watering things, 2 saddles, 2 buckets, 2 barrels, 2 steps, 4 boardwalks. Man, the detail in those is awesome. Look at that. That's going to paint up really nice. put some contrast paint on there. Yeah, buddy, that's gonna be good. Yeah, there's the bucket. So it actually isn't missing, it's just in the bag. Alright, what do we got here? We got... This is chunky. Man, this is a heavy sprue. We got what looks like the sides of a building. We got a side with windows, side without, and then like a tiled roof. Look at that. That's really cool with the shingles and how they like are all kind of cattywampus. That's cool. I like that. That's going to look really good with some wash on it. Same thing for this. Look at the detail on those boards. Oh, and it's plastic too. Man, that's freaking great. That's going to be really cool. Alright, so we got one of those. We got two of those. We got three of those. So I guess this is all three buildings. Right, so these are the sides of them and then the roofs. So they should be a nice height too. Right, like if you think about the lady there with the building, that's pretty cool. That should be a really good height. We got the roofs, and it looks like the roofs, I think they're going to be removable, so it's pretty sweet. And what do we got here? We got floors. Yeah, we got floors, or maybe a roof. Because it looks like it's got markings on both sides, see? There's like an indent on both sides, so maybe this is floors on a roof. If you don't want maybe the tile on the roof, maybe? Yeah, because it's got detail on both sides, too. That's really nice detail. See the wood grain there? That's fantastic. I hate putting in wood grain in, like, foam or, like, balsa wood. I absolutely hate it. So it being kind of already done is really nice. Because I feel like whenever I do it, I can never get it. Or like nail holes, right? I can feel like I can never get those to be right. I feel like they always look like crap when I do them. So that's really nice that it's kind of already done. That's pretty sweet. And it looks like we get three of those. So, okay, so we've got two walls, potentially. So we've got three of each of these. These are, I think, roofs or floors. And then we get two walls and a roof. So this gives us 6 walls, 3 roofs, 6 floors. Okay. So we need front and backs of the building still. I'm guessing those are in here. Ugh. So we'll do this one and before we open up the dudes. And ladies. Dudes and ladies. Alright, let's see. We got some frontage here. So these are like side slats that go like this, so the roof like tilts. So like that would be the wall, and then this would be the side slats. And then we've got what looks like an awning. I think that's an awning. Yeah, I think that's definitely an awning. So that would like go out front of the building. And then we got some big kind of like signage, which is really neat. So it can be like general store. You know, Doc's Cuts and Bleeding or whatever they kind of, you know, dry goods, whiskey, and all that kind of stuff on there. So it looks like we get 1, 2, 3 of those. And then we got this guy. So this guy has all kinds of cool shit on it. Oh man. So it looks like we got the front of the building with the door. And then we have a back with the window. And then it looks like we've got a door and a frame. We got 2 doors, 2 frames. And I think this is an interior wall. If you want your building to have a wall inside of it. I think that's what that is. Because it doesn't have like the extra piece here on the sides here. That the big wall tiles would click into, because that's going to fit in there. So it's kind of, I think it just like slots in there. And then we got ourselves the goodest boy. We got some kind of golden retriever there. And we got 2 crows, 3 crows, and a barrel. Those are strange additions, but awesome additions. I think those are super cool. And we get three of those. Oop, lost something. What did I lose? I don't know. What is this? This, I think, is from the next sprue. Alright, so we get three of those too. So an entire building is going to consist of one of these, one of these, whoop, and one of these. So you're looking at 4 total sprues per building. That's pretty damn good. I'm sorry, it wouldn't be this one. It would be this one. All right, so you've got your floors and potentially a roof if you want a flat roof. You got your signage. You've got your tiled roof and your sides. You got your front, back, and accoutrements right there. So each one's going to consist of four runners. That's pretty dope. That's pretty darn cool. I'm not going to lie. That's sweet. Alright, and then this I think is the street scatter sprue. I think that's what this is. Man, there's all kinds of stuff. So it looks like there's like wagon wheels and bottles and barrels and suitcase trunks. That's pretty cool. That's like a old-timey trunk. That's really neat. You got wrapped dry goods. You've got a milk container. Some kind of weird axe. Oh, does this go with the axe? Is this the log for the axe? It is, and it like fits in there. That's pretty cute, not gonna lie. You've got like grain bags. Wow, look at that. It's like a bottle carrier case thing. What are they called? The cartons that you would put like old time bottles in. That's pretty darn cool. Yeah, that's great. That's super great. Nice little bits of accoutrements. You can probably pile them all up and make yourself like little barricades and scatter if you wanted, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those are cool. So man, you get 12 sprues in just buildings and then 1 sprue in street scatter. That's a fucking lot of plastic. Ugh. Especially when you consider this entire box, I think it's like 120. So it's pretty darn good. Alright, let's check out the dudes and the ladies. Because there's ladies, which is legit. Alright, we got some of these bases. They're okay. I'm not a big fan of these bases. Because you can't put a magnet under them. So you'll notice like my cowpokes here, I put them on a GW 32 tall is what I put or no, a 25 tall is what this is. This is the same kind of base I use for all my historical stuff. So it fits a magnet underneath and I think it works really nice. It just lifts them up a little bit. It's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, this one's the dudes. I actually haven't seen this sprue yet, so that's really neat. I've seen the lady sprue, which we'll get to in a minute. Alright. Man, we got all kinds of stuff. Alright, so for our heads... Oh, look at the dude in the fucking sack bag. That's really cool. That's a cool head. He's wearing like a grain bag over his head. But yeah, for heads you get 10 different heads. Yeah, all kinds of stuff from like trilbies to big old cowboy 10-gallon hats. That's pretty cool. It would be nice if there was 1 or 2 heads that didn't have a hat one. That would have been nice, but it's okay. And then we get some right hands, left hands with guns. We got a guy drawing from his holster. Bunch of hands just like relaxing. We got some shooting from the hip. We got some shooting outward. And then it looks like we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a kneeling body. And a couple different coats, but we have a guy carrying saddlebags there. That's really cool. We got a little waistcoat. We've got a bigger, longer coat. I've got like a full trench coat there. That's pretty cool. And then kind of like a doctor coat, sort of. Oh yeah, this one's really fancy. Look at that one. That one's really fancy. That's cool. It's like a gambler coat. And then over here we've got more shooting hands, and we have the stock of a shotgun. So this is really neat. So it's a double barrel shotgun, and they let you choose how the barrels go. So you can have it like breached in half, or you can have it loaded and ready to go. So like my bunny lady here, she's got her shotgun breached open, like she's about to reload it, or she's like ejecting the shells or something. It's really cool. These, I cannot sing the praises of these miniatures enough. I think these are actually made, like they're marked Great Escape Games, but I'm pretty sure they're actually made by North Star Military Figures, the people that make all the Frostgrave minis that are like amazing on the Stargrave minis. I think that's actually who makes these runners, but even though they're marked Great Escape Games. So, and yeah, it's really neat. We got different kind of pistols too. So this is like a, what looks like some kind of like double action, like with this thing. I forget what that's called. And then you've got like a more of a single action, because you can like see the pipe there on the side to eject. That's pretty cool. We got a cow skull. We got some dynamite, a rope, a cactus. So these are holsters. So you're never gonna have a guy who has a gun drawn that doesn't have a holster. Oh my god, that makes me so fucking happy. You know how many Space Marines there are that have fucking guns that don't have holsters? Drives me bonkers. Then we've got some kind of what looks like single shot shotgun there. Might be a little hard to see. And then we have a lever action rifle. Oh yeah, that's super cool. 10 out of 10. Alright, so you get 2 of these, so you're going to get 10 dudes. And I will say, even though you only have like 5 bodies and 5 legs, when you mix them up and when you paint them in like different colors, you're not going to notice at all. It's really good stuff. And then we get the Lady Sprue. The Lady Sprue is fucking dope, because you get a chicken right there. The best addition to Lady Sprue. You also have a lady carrying a lantern, some hip shooters, another lever action. Here's your double barrel, all kinds of pistols. And the really nice thing about this one too is you get a like holstered, like on the back, lever rifle, so you can give someone like a rifle slung over their back, which is really cool. And then they got the same kind of single shot shotgun and another like anti-Oakley lever action gun. But 4 different skirts, and then 1 pair of pants. So this one's really fancy. This one's very pantsy. And then 5 different tops, some of which are more fancy, like this one, and some of which are more plain, like that one there, a little more plain. So, and then here at the top, we've got a bunch of different heads, including heads without hats. So if you did want to make some like just town folk out of the ladies and the dude sprues, you totally could. There's options here to make them where they're not drawing a gun or things like that. Both of these will always have the gun belt on, because if you notice, each model has a gun belt. But I mean, besides that, they'd still make really good town folk. And it's kind of neat with the ladies. You maybe it's the same way with the dudes, but with the ladies, you kind of have a scarfed and unscarfed version of each head, which is kind of cool. But I'm giving all mine animal heads, so the heads are kind of redundant for me. But yeah, that's what they'll end up looking like. Just so good. So good. Really fun stuff. Alright, so let's see what we got. For our paper, we've got our counters, including a roller, bullets, wounds, different kind of move counters here. Looks like they're different on the back too. So double wounds, different moves, stuff like that. Oh, my phone keeps going off. Let me see what's happening. Someone is spamming me with photos. All right, let's check out the rulebook first, and then we'll look at the cards. Oh, you know what? We'll build a building. Fuck it. I feel like streaming for a while today, so we're gonna build a building after I look at all the rules. So the rules for this game look pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. There is also like a not fantasy, but like a horror version of it called The Curse of Dead Man's Hand, which I'm pretty excited for. So you can get those rules, and it just adds like zombies and monsters and stuff, which is pretty cool. But I'm also really excited to take these miniatures and this terrain and play the expansion for Veritwood, because I really enjoyed Veritwood. It was really fun. Veritwood is like a skirmish, like cult game where your guys are trying to like appeal to different gods and stuff. It was really good. I played a couple of games of it on stream. I really enjoyed Veritwood. And there's a horror, like, cowboy version called Veritwood Old West. Ironically, it's on sale today. So I bought my rules today for it. But it looks really fun. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing that with these minis too. Let's see what we got. We got this lady here with her gun. We got this guy here with his terrifying mustache. This guy's like, I'm the sheriff. And they're having themselves a little shootout there. Alright. Oh, there's a quick reference sheet. Okay. Goes over all of the weapons tables and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Then we got contents. It looks like in total she's about 50 pages. Yeah. Everything you'll need. That's a cool board there. I like that they put the dog on a base. Yeah, see, that looks cool AF, doesn't it? Having a shootout on the road. My neighbors are doing something that's very loud. I hope you guys can't hear that. Let me see if you can. It looks like you can. Give me a minute. There we go. That should have fixed that. There's a guy with the bag over his head and the guy with the saddlebags. Oh, look, they put the chickens on a separate base. That's cool. How to reload your weapons. All the examples for shooting modifiers. If you fall. They did a nice job laying out these rules. It's pretty good. Yeah, they did a nice job on it. You got the pictures, and they're kind of like blurred up there to the edge, and they got these other ones with the borders. Yeah, I didn't do a bad job. Yeah, so the rules... Okay, so these are the action cards. Ooh. Okay, so these are like special ability cards, it looks like. So it looks like you draw them and you get to do special stuff. So in total, you're looking at about 20 pages of rules, which is a really nice size, right? Like that's not too many rules. That's not too much, anything like that. And then it looks like from there we get into the special rules for the different factions. So we got cowboys and lawmen and outlaws, desperados. And then I think they're actually doing like something like 25 more factions they're adding, which is pretty darn dope. And so, yeah. So all the nomenclature in this game is set up like a movie, right? So they, instead of like turns, it's acts and scenes, which is kind of neat. Oh, look at that. That's cool. You get a neat little like setup thing there. Whiskey for the demons. The good, the lead, the ugly. This is a really cool setup for a scenario where they make it look like a newspaper. Right? There's even fucking fake advertisements in here. Rugged cowboy looking for a good-natured lady to take on 3 children aged 4, 5, and 8. Widowed now, 17 months. All children and man in need of a good woman who can cook, clean, and hold a rifle as we tame this wild frontier together. All. That's cute, right? That's so these scene is the wrong thing. This, what is the word they use for this? Hold on. I literally just read it. This act. They all go in 3 parts. So each one is like 3 different little missions kind of strung together. So you'll play through one, and you'll play through the next one, and you'll play through the next one, and they all kind of like link into each other and make a little story, which is pretty cool. End of days. Look, we can take some greens root. Aches and pains, hair loss, trouble with the ladies, breathing problems, heart issues. Greens root solves all your problems. Just rub it on or swallow it down. Good old snake oil. Everyone's favorite. Man, you got a bunch of different scenarios in here. That's cool. And then this, I think, is campaign rules. So looks like you can get fame. You can spend it to do stuff. What happens if you die? Gun down like a dog if you draw the Joker. You just dead. Oh wow, you can also bite the dust. You can be buzzard food or off to the boneyard. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Okay, and these are the rules for like the fancy legend models. Like Billy the Kid and okay, that's actually the guy they gave me for free. He's a gunfighter, a hired killer, and he's in Dead Man's Hand taking bounties. He's going to put 3 outlaws on the ground in the first 2 weeks, and he's after any man who has a dollar sign attached to his head. I'm assuming this is some kind of like movie reference character, but I don't know Wild West movies enough. Like I said, I'm usually not into I'm not into like cowboy stuff, so well, pretty darn cool. And we got ourselves a gang roster too. So yeah, these look nice. About 20 pages of rules, and then everything else is either campaign stuff or faction rules. And I think that's... Whoa! Okay, not what I was expecting. Holy shit. They're like little baby cards. That's cute, but not what I was expecting. But yeah, and then the rest of the rest of the 30 pages are like campaign rules, character rules, stuff like that. But it looks like the base rules and intro and stuff is like 20 pages, which is pretty cool. Okay, we got little baby cards. That's cute. It's kind of a shame. I kind of wanted them to be actual like playing card size because that would kind of like fit the theme a little, you know. But little cards are cool too. You can't kill what you can't catch. Spotted horse cannot be killed by a bullet. Nice. So these are all like the faction or like the special stuff you can do. So in the game you're going to get a hand of these cards and you're going to be able to play them. And then I think if you play them, so like I think you get 3 of them, I think at the start. That's probably wrong, but I think you get 3 of them. And then every time you play one, you can draw another one. So, or you can draw and discard one, I believe. Dust in your eye. So, my understanding is these decks are the same. They're just different, one for each side. Something underneath of it? Nope. Okay. I thought there was something like hidden behind it because it's one of those kind of boxes. But yeah, that's cute. Cute little cards. It is kind of a shame they're not like a full size card because it would, you know, sitting there with like a handful of cards, like it would be kind of fitting for you know, for like the theme, right? Like the gamblers and the Wild Wests, you know, kind of thing. I think it'd be really fitting, but it's all good. Little cards are cool too. All right, now I do want to build one of the houses, but before we do that, I'm going to open up this guy that Badger Games gave me for free, which is really cool. Not sponsored video, but he was just included in my order that my parents got me for my birthday, so pretty darn cool. Oh man, he's one piece. Holy shit. I thought for sure he'd be more than one. So we got ourselves a metal mini with a droopy little gun. We'll have to bend that back. But it's okay. It's white metal. It's not that hard to bend. He's got a little bit of flash, but really nice detailing on like his belt and stuff there. And I just have to bend his gun back. There we go. White metal's weird, man. I only recently started doing metal miniatures with some stuff for Infinity. Metal minis are weird. So you should always watch for metal minis. And then you should prime them with like spray-on primer because it's got a little bit of a chipping agent, so the paint will stick better. What is he known for? Menacing. I wouldn't bet $1 on that last card. Alright, so he's got like special effects he can do, which is pretty cool. Is his name Lee Van Kickstarter? Or is they just really want you to know this is a Kickstarter mini? Not sure which. Not sure which. Hey, he's cool. Neat little addition. Alright, now let's build one of these buildings, because I think they look really fun. So we got awnings and stuff, and then here's the other stuff that comes with the 2-story building. You get this big walkout awning. You get steps for the side. Different roofs, it looks like. Since the roofs are going to be removable, really you can build the roofs however and then swap them, I guess. Which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's build one of my buildings up, because I think they look like fun. So, let's see, we'll build this guy. I'm excited to make a little 2x2 little cowboy board. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Because, you know, everything I play, like, on the channel and stuff, it's all intended for that 2x2 board, so it's much nicer than having to have, like, 50 trillion pieces of scenery for a 6x4, right? You end up being able to have a whole bunch of different little tables in kind of the same space you'd put a 6x4 scenery. And you have a whole bunch of different themes then, and it's really neat. And that little spinny 2x2 board that I made on the channel, that thing is just so nice. Because it really like lets you do basically like almost any game. Really can be moved down to a 2x2. Now I don't tend to play a lot of really huge games like 40k and, you know, stuff like that, but a lot of games can be moved down, especially skirmish games. I've yet to find a skirmish game that really just can't be played on a smaller size. Right. Most that happens usually is it actually makes it more action-packed. So you tend to get to like the battles and stuff quicker. It's pretty cool. All right. Grab those instructions. Let's see. All right. So that goes facing up. Okay. And because it's plastic, we can use our plastic glue on it. I gotta get myself a new bottle of plastic glue. Really haven't been to the game stores a whole lot lately, to be honest. Alright, this is, I guess once we do the front first. We'll say, one of the things I would have liked this building to have, I would have liked the windows to have shutters. That would have been pretty cool. Right, because they would have shutters back then, right? That would be a thing, I think. So it'd be cool if the windows had little shutters. I wonder if I can 3D print some. All right. Yeah, that just fits down in there like a fucking glove. All right, nice. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find myself some shutters, because I think that would actually add a lot to the windows. Okay, and this has a little bit of like a sill. Does that go out or in? Looks like it's supposed to go in. Oh, shit. In one picture it has it going out, and in one picture it has it going in. Alright, and then we gotta put one of the sides on, so this one I'll put the window on this side. You could do an entirely windowless building too, by just taking all the windows from one building and not putting them in the other. Like if you wanted to put two buildings you knew like next to each other maybe. Yeah, that fits together really nice. Really, really nice. Alright, and then we got this guy here. Oh, no, that's the sills go in the bottom of the windows. And then I guess whatever way goes up on that is my choice, so we'll put this side up, I guess. Bonk. Bonk. A bunch of plastic glue on all the connections. Oh, yeah, that's nice and stable. That's a really nice size building too, right? Like if you think about like cowpoke here, you know, or like one outside. That's a really good size building, even with the bigger bases that I'm using on my minis. That's a nice size building. It's like shooting through the window, you know. She even fits through the door with the bigger base. Yeah, that's really good. Alright, so let's see. After we do that, we build the roof. And yeah, we can build the awning and stuff too. Because we're not going to glue the roof on. I don't want to glue the roof on, so that way I can pick it off so I can play inside. So let's see, this, that looks like the inside to me, so the roof will go like that. Alright, we're not going to glue her down or anything, but then she'll get some of these. She'll get these sides here and the frontage too. Looks like the two-story building has a couple different roof options too. Pretty neat. Because all of these ones are going to be this round guy here. So really, I guess you could probably give this round guy to this and then swap it around. The nice thing about that is since you're not going to glue the roofs on, you don't have to really worry about like saving pieces or anything, right? Because the roofs are going to come on and off, so like if you build them all one way now, you can just swap them if you were to add more buildings to your set and it would look good. Alright, let's see. Looks like our choice on that, so we will choose just like that. Alright, there she goes. And then this side here, there she goes. This one's got a little bit of play in it. I don't know if it's supposed to go all the way forward or all the way back. Looks like it's supposed to go all the way back. So when you put your roof on there, well, maybe she goes forward, I don't know. Definitely, that this piece here does have a little bit more play in it, though. So just be aware of that when you build it. There's no connections here and here to the roof there. It's totally flat, so you'll want to throw some glue on there at least. But just know that it's not going to peg in. It's neat how they use the roof and the floor piece like as the same piece. That's really creative. It probably saved them a whole bunch of effort and cost in the mold too. And then we got this guy here who's just gonna slope just like that. Yeah. Alright, let's fill her up. I don't know where it's gonna connect here in the bottom, so we'll do that. I'm just hitting kind of every surface that I think is gonna have some kind of point of connection. Because with plastic glue, you can always come back and like hit it after it's sitting too, and it will get down in the cracks, which is really good. But I think that's going to be all the points of connection. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's really cool. And the roof will just pick off, and we can see our little cowpokes inside. And we got our little fox lady there with her lantern. Oh, now she has a house. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's see what other stuff we got on here. Because we've got an awning still, and we have interior wall and doors and stuff to do too. So it's interesting they chose to put like the dogs and the birds and stuff on this sprue, and not on like the street scatter sprue. I don't know what else they would have put there besides the dogs and the birds, and I think it's cool to have the dogs and the birds. So I'm not like complaining about them. I just think it's interesting that like because in my brain those are like a street scatter kind of thing, right? You're not going to need like a billion dogs. I mean, your life would be better if you had a billion dogs. Everyone's life would be better if they had a billion dogs, but you know what I mean, right? Like, you're probably feasibly not going to have like, 10 dogs on your tabletop kind of thing. Hello! We're building some cowboy houses. Yeehaw! Alright, let's figure out how these doors work now. Also, we're going to clip the dog out just because I want to. Okay, when you clip this out, be careful. The nub and the end are very close to each other. But you have to keep that nub, it looks like, because that's going to be used for your hinge. So be careful when you clip that out, because it would be very easy to clip that off. This is really nice plastic. Yeah, this has to be, I think these are definitely North Star military figures. Just they're marked Great Escape Games, I think. So I don't think Great Escape Games makes any of their own plastics. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that Great Escape Games, because these are fantastic miniatures. Absolutely fantastic. I wish you had more viewers. You're really entertaining. Thank you. I appreciate hearing that I'm entertaining. And yeah, I don't know. I stream because I like it, not because I want like a trillion new viewers or whatever, right? I think it's really fun. But I'm happy to hear that I'm entertaining. That's really cool. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's really sweet. Alright, so there's our little barrel. That's pretty cute. Cutie patootie. Alright, nice size too, with our fox lady there. So barrel looks good. I guess let me take the fox lady out, and then we'll figure out how the hell this door works. Fair enough, man. I respect it. I haven't done Warhammer in a minute. I have tons I need to paint. Same. I mean, that's the nature of this hobby, right? Like, there's so much cool stuff that comes out that it's hard to keep up. You know what I mean? Doubly so for Warhammer. Once you start getting into like indie games and stuff, it's a lot easier to like keep up. But the problem is that once you catch the indie game bug, it's like hard to get rid of it. Like, I want to play like every game that I see now, Like, I'll see like a Kickstarter for something and I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. I want to play that, Oh wow, that works really well. Holy shit, that's really nicely engineered. Yeah, so you put the frame in, and it holds the little door. Yeah, that's really cool, and the door works both ways, which is really nice. One complaint about the door, there's no doorknob. Did they not have doorknobs in Cowboy Times? That's a genuine question. I actually don't know if they had doorknobs or not. They legitimately might not have had doorknobs, right? Because like when you see a saloon, right, it's got the clicky doors that you walk through and you push them, right? Like at like a train station or something. So maybe they legitimately didn't have doorknobs. But it does look weird without a doorknob. But maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Alright. We got our roof back on there. So now we can build the awning for it. So it's really nice. There's no like forced connection point for the awning. So if you didn't want all your buildings to have awnings, they wouldn't have to have awnings. So that's really cool. So you have like the choice of awning if you want it. Boop. Oh, but yeah, there's always some other project. I mean, my desk is littered in them right now, from gunpla dioramas to Infinity to Fallout Wasteland Warfare that we painted last week. Stuff for Kings of War. Stuff for what I'm going to be using it for is miniature bolt action. But really these are Flames of War things. You know what I mean? Like, there's always so many hobbies and things to do. I've got custodes I was going to build. There we go. Because they came in a box I had, and you know, I thought it would be funny to build them right now, so I haven't found good heads for them yet. That's why I haven't finished them. But like, there's a Nazi tank, you know. So like, little dude's removable. Like, yeah, like once you start, I don't know. There's always. I'm having trouble finding my words. When you start like doing indie stuff, I feel like there's always like 40 different things that you could do, right? Like I've got a freaking copy of Bangarang right here, right? And I did all this Gundam kit bashing for Bangarang, and like, you know, God, that's a whole nother thing I want to do, right? Like, it's just so cool. It's such a like fun hobby with so much diversity, right? Like I showed off fantasy monsters and stuff related to a video game, and you know, historical tanks, and this is historical cowboys, but you know, I'm probably not going to play them as historical cowboys. I'm going to play like the horror version of this game, because it'd be cool to have them fighting like zombie bears, and you know, and that's cool, you know. Deathcore and Leagues of Votan. Never been a big Deathcore fan. I do love Leagues of Votan though, but I love Leagues of Votan because where are they? I converted my Leagues of Votan into Space Otters, and I fucking love these miniatures. They're a little dusty. I haven't played with them for a while, but I use them for my entire what is it called? Space Station Zero campaign. This was my Space Station Zero crew, and I absolutely love them. So Leagues of Votan are really cool. Not a big fan of Deathcore Krieg, but I'm a big fan of Leagues of Votan. If you are interested in Deathcore Krieg, I would highly recommend you check out Station Forge for 3D printing, because they have a lot of really cool Deathcore proxies. Also, if you do the STL and 3D printing thing, Station Forge puts out so many models a month, it's insane. And they're all really nice, good quality. Yeah, they do look cool. They do look cool with the gas masks and all. I would highly recommend you check out Station Forge, because theirs look really dope too. Alright, so that's how the awning's gonna go. Does the awning attach to the roof, or is it attached to the lower part? Because I'd like the awning to stay, I guess. Right? Or I guess would I want it to attach to the roof, so when I lift the roof off, it goes with it? To be honest, I'd probably rather have the awning stay, because I think if I lifted the roof off and the awning went with it, it would make storing the roof a pain in the ass. So yeah, there's a lot of fun. God, stop trying to focus on that, please. Thank you. There's a lot of fun, like, diesel punk stuff, which is that kind of like aesthetic. It's one of the reasons I got into the World War II miniatures for like bolt action and stuff, because you can use those for like one-page rules, or you can use those for the bolt action, you know, the game is intended for. Or they have like a fantasy version called Conflict 47, where you can use those miniatures and like zombies and werewolves and all the like cool ass like Castle Wolfenstein kind of stuff. And that's really cool. So like all my bolt action miniatures, like they all have stuff like that. So like this is one of my like official, like actually Japanese army, like Imperial minis, right? And then for my Japanese army, I also have a freaking Oni that I 3D printed. And then for my Germans, I have like werewolves that I 3D printed. These are from Kaioshineku. This guy's from who are you from? Artisan Guild, maybe? Maybe Artisan Guild? And then this guy's from STL Miniatures, and that's a big werebear that I printed for my Polish. What do you use for the bases? These are 3D printed bases that I got off of STL, not STL, Thingiverse. They're the same bases I'm using for these. So this is a 3D printed hollow base. It's a 25mm tall GW style base. I like the GW bases a lot. They're still my favorite base, right? Probably because I have a shit ton of GW miniatures, so I like the bases. So yeah. So I put all my all my historical stuff on those bases, because I don't really like the historical bases. They're not bad bases. They don't have room for a magnet underneath. So if I want to take them to the game store, I can't put them on a magnet case. Alright, so there's our building. It looks like the awning is supposed to go onto the boards. So let's look at the boards real quick. Oh, we gotta clip the dog out still. Forgot to do that. And I guess we should look at the interior wall too. And there's our pupper. And then we'll take a look at this interior wall. And then where are the duck boards? Oh, there they are. There's our duck boards. So let's clip one of those out. So what I'm thinking I'll probably do with these is I'll probably put them in a little bit of like a FTM base, maybe. Not FTM, what's it called? MDF base. Alright, so there's our pupper. It's a cutie little like lab or golden retriever or something. Pretty cool. I'm so glad I decided to click on your stream. I'm motivated to do some Warhammer for the first time in ages. That's nice. That's really sweet. Yeah, I like the hobby a lot. I end up talking a lot about mental health stuff because I'm kind of a mess. So the hobby helps me with a lot of that. So that's one of the reasons I kind of got into it. And yeah. So I kind of like to share it for that same reason, you know. All right, so the interior wall kind of clicks in wherever you want, right? And it just kind of fits in with friction, just like that, which is pretty cool. Same, yeah. So like if you wanted it to be like maybe like a little bit of like a storefront, maybe in the front here, and then there's like a storage in the back, maybe, or maybe like a doctor's office, that would fit pretty good, right? The patients come and they sit in here, and then you have like a doctor's table or something in here, or maybe like a whorehouse or something, maybe that would be good for, you know. You come in the front and you meet the madam, and then you got their sexy time room in the back, you know. You could do it as a prison, but you're always going to have these back windows. So I don't think that would work really good because the criminals would just get out the windows. So because of that, I don't think you could do it really as a prison. But it would work good as like a store, or maybe like this is like a legal office or something the person has, or like this is their house and then this is the store. Or maybe it's just a house with 2 rooms, right? Maybe that's what it is. But it's a nice little thing, and it has a swinging door too that you can put on it. So for now, I don't think I'm going to put one on it. But then we've got our duck boards, which go like that. Oh shit, the door even swings out over top of those. Look at that. God, it's all made to fit so nicely together. With full clearance, no clicking or anything. That's so good. All right. And then our awning is supposed to go onto the duck boards like that, if we want to use it. So, so how would I do this? I'd probably want to attach the boards to the building, to be honest. But I don't know how I'd want to do that. If I'd want them to be flush on one side and maybe not flush on one side, because then like this could connect up to, let's get another duck board out. That could connect up to another duck board here, right? Like if I flush them all up on one side, that could do that. And then this would be, it would start like right there. So you could nest them up next to each other then, pretty easy. Or you could try to like split it a little, so you have a little bit on each side, maybe that would be good. I like the idea of having a little bit more room though. So maybe actually like I would put one like that, and then I would put one on this far side. Oh, are these different sizes? Holy shit, they're different sizes. Why did I not realize that before? Because these are the same size, that's why. Holy hold on. We gotta investigate. Because these duck boards are not the same. I thought it was just 2 copies of the same duck boards. It's not, they're all different. Hold on, we gotta check this out. Maybe this one's actually for like the side of the building or something. Okay, so we got that one and this one, and they're the same size. And then we got this one, which is also the same size. Then we have this one, which is extra long. So maybe the extra long one's for the side, like that. Maybe put this one like this. Maybe something like that, maybe? Yeah, I think that would work pretty good, right? So we could glue this guy here, right? Just like this, and then we could keep these loose. So we could put them however we wanted. Yeah, I think that would work pretty good. How are we going to glue this to the building, though? Oh, it's flat. Yeah, see those pieces there? They're flat. Man, they really engineered the hell out of this, didn't they? They did a good job. Yeah, that's really good. They did a great job with that. Are they even? Oh my god, they're even all technically different casts. Look at that. So they're not going to look like a copy-pasted thing. Alright, that's legit. That's super legit. They did a great job with that. So yeah, this starter set's awesome. It's super cool. Get some cow ladies there. But I'm going to go ahead and call it there because it is approaching lunchtime here in Hawaii. So I need some lunch because all I had for breakfast was some birthday cookies that my family sent me, which are very tasty, but they are not an appropriate breakfast. So I'm going to get an early lunch, I think. And yeah, but yeah, this set's awesome. Big thanks to Badger Games for giving me a free mini with it. That's super cool. And yeah, I can't wait to play some Dead Man's Hand or some Verrettwood Wild West on the channel, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys for watching.